Does reality exist without someone to observe it? Or are we, with our consciousness, the ones who reveal it? Today we'll delve into the figure of the observer, where quantum mechanics, the holographic universe, and the structure of time reveal clues of a possible simulation. If you're interested in learning more about this concept and its current relevance in physics, philosophy, and simulation theory, join us in this video and don't forget to subscribe to Reality Shift. The famous double-slit experiment showed something amazing. Subatomic particles act like waves until someone watches them. Only then do they decide to be particles. This experiment has been repeated many times with modern updates, including detectors that can be turned on or off whenever we want, as well as versions at the level of individual light particles. In all of them, the wave pattern disappears if we get information about the path the particle took, confirming that the act of measuring, or even the possibility of knowing the path, affects the result. Different quantum interpretations explain this in different ways. For the Copenhagen interpretation, it's the act of observing that makes the wave become a particle. In the many worlds interpretation, every possibility happens, but we only see one. The relational interpretation says that quantum states only make sense in relation to the observer. And within the simulation theory framework, it could imply that reality is rendered on demand. This leads us to a disturbing idea. Reality isn't defined until it's observed. Subatomic particles act like waves until someone watches them. Only then do they decide to be particles. The physicist John Wheeler called it the participatory universe. We are not just spectators, but co-creators. But what does that mean if we live in a simulation? Quantum mechanics introduces the observer as an active agent. Without an observer, there is no collapse of the wave function. But what is the observer? Some scientists believe that a measuring device is enough. Others, like Eugene Wigner, stated that only human consciousness can cause this collapse. This suggests that consciousness could be a fundamental force of the universe, as suggested by the orchestrated objective reduction model, simplified as OR, proposed by physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff. This concept differs from traditional materialistic interpretations that consider consciousness as a mere emergent byproduct of the physical brain. This model proposes that consciousness arises from quantum processes within neurons, which would imply that consciousness and quantum physics are deeply intertwined, not just a product of matter. In this view, consciousness is not just an effect, but an active and primary cause that influences reality itself. If we live in a simulation, the observer might be like a player in a video game. The rendering engine only creates what the player is looking at. This explains why reality seems to appear only when it's being observed. Some theorists, like Rizwan, Virk, and Bostrom, have different ideas about this possibility. Virk looks at it from a perspective inspired by video games and computer systems, suggesting that we are in a kind of cosmic online multiplayer platform where consciousness actively participates. While Bostrom makes a more philosophical and probability-based argument, proposing that it's more likely that we are simulations designed by an advanced civilization, rather than original beings from a base reality. According to this view, our consciousness would be connected from outside the simulation, as if we were avatars controlled by a higher entity. Physicist David Bohm suggested that the universe might be a hologram, a three-dimensional reality projected from a deeper two-dimensional plane. This fits with the idea of a simulation. What we experience is just an interface, like in video games that render the environment only when the player looks at it. In the same way, our reality might be drawn in real time by the system when consciousness focuses on it, optimizing resources like an advanced graphics engine would, like a screen. At the same time, the block universe theory suggests that the past, present, and future already exist. Time doesn't flow. We are the ones moving through it, like a projector showing a film reel. In this framework, consciousness doesn't create events, it activates them. It illuminates parts of a fixed universe, like someone exploring a video game map that is already designed. If the universe is a simulation, and consciousness the observer that collapses reality, then what are we really? Players connected from another dimension? Self-aware programs? Parts of a higher intelligence observing itself from within? This vision doesn't deny spirituality but gives it a new form, consciousness as the true source code. Maybe we're not here just to look at the universe, but to wake it up. What if in that act of observing we don't just reveal it, but dream it? Maybe the universe is a mirror that needs your eyes to know it's real. And maybe the universe only exists because you're looking at it right now. What if closing your eyes meant, even for a moment, suspending reality itself? If this journey through consciousness, the possibilities opened by quantum mechanics and the simulation theory, has made you think, like, subscribe and share this video. And tell us in the comments, what do you think the observer is? Is consciousness an active agent in the creation process of our reality? We hope to see you again in the next episode of Reality Shift.